Hey everyone, this is Paris. I'm back with another video. This time it is the Division 2 technical test for the upcoming open beta, which is happening on March 1st. So I was lucky enough to get selected by Ubisoft via Uplay to participate in this limited technical test, which happened over a 2-day period. There wasn't an NDA on it, so I figured what the heck, I'll capture a little bit of footage, and here I am recording some audio, just kind of talking about my quick experience with it, along with kind of just looking at live service game and bugs and issues and all the things that goes with it. So what Massive was able to do was they were able to correct some of the bugs and issues via the feedback they got from the private beta, and before just implementing it into the open beta, they wanted to test it out. So they had this limited technical test on the PC side via Uplay, and I got selected. So like I said, what you're watching right now is just the early mission. I mean, I didn't need to really repeat anything else from the beta because you weren't able to go into the dark zone, you weren't able to do any of the in-game missions, and you weren't able to do PvP. So basically any footage of this technical test you guys have already seen via the private beta. But what I wanted to talk about more was just the bug squashing process, for lack of a better term. And when I say that, it comes to this. Like, one main thing that I noticed in this technical test is they were able to correct the call for backup feature that you had in the private beta, and people were spamming it and it got annoying. So then you want to go in and disable it, but it wasn't a permanent way to disable it. You had to disable it every time you started up a new session. Well, now they've actually added a feature from the gameplay menu where you can permanently disable it and you won't hear that. Hopefully that'll just be a temporary fix for this, and they can figure out a way to properly implement that into the game, and it's not just being spammed over and over and becomes an annoyance. But I mean, even as a technical test, like I said, they went in to try and fix some of the issues that reported from the private beta, and let's just be honest, they're not going to be able to fix everything by launch. They're just not. Guarantee you there will still be issues in the open beta. I guarantee you there will still be issues when the game launches properly on March 15th. But like, one thing I even noticed here in this technical test, I was still getting some audio dropout issues. So again, it's not perfect yet. But this brings me to my point. With these live service games, and just kind of games in general these days, they all launch with some type of bugs. It really comes down to this. What is your overall fun factor, and what are you able to tolerate to continue to have fun in the game? If it's an absolute show-stopping, game-breaking bug, that's unacceptable. You cannot do that. That has to be squashed before a game properly launches, or you're going to get bad reviews, you're going to get bad word of mouth on social media, and your game could potentially, fail as far as sales go, just by that word of mouth, because you have these game crippling bugs. Now, the annoying type of bugs, if you're having fun in the game, you're going to tend to overlook those. There's some other games that are out right now that have bugs. Like, example, Metro Exodus has bugs in it, but I enjoy what I'm playing, so guess what? I overlook those bugs, and I still play the game because I enjoy it. Anthem is another game. People are having a lot of fun with it, so they're overlooking some of the fundamental issues that it's having at launch. As an example, this will also happen with the Division 2. I am promising you guys, there will be issues, there will be annoying things in this game at launch that you will have to overlook if you're having fun with it. That's just part of it. But as a community, what we have to do is we have to provide constructive feedback to Massive, to the developers, and let them know, I'm having a problem with this, I'm having a problem with that, so they can go in and get those bugs squashed as quickly as possible. The thing about it is, the Division 2 is an extremely ambitious game. Look at the endgame roadmap that just came out. Look at the clan support that's coming with it. There's so many activities to do. The Dark Zone, the PvP stuff they're doing, the open world itself, just the different factions, the black, just on and on the list goes with that. So is it going to be perfect day one? Nope, it will not be. But if I'm having fun with it, I'm probably going to overlook some of that stuff. But I'm also going to, at the same time, talk about it via the proper channels. I'm sure I'll talk about it on Twitter. I know, Ubisoft and Massive will have forums to report this kind of things, and that's kind of our job. These live service games will not be perfect day one. It is a symbiotic relationship between us, the community, and the developer to work together to get these things resolved. And again, I bring this stuff up because look at the trouble that Anthem is having right now. But Anthem doesn't get fixed unless we communicate and let the developers know what they can do, to get things fixed. Same's going to apply here with the Division 2 as well. And I'm on a Division video talking about this and bringing up Anthem and all these other games, but the reason I'm doing that is I plan to deep dive into Division 2. I want to have fun with the Division 2. I cannot wait to participate in some of the in-game activities. I cannot wait to do the raid. I cannot wait to go into the dark zone with my son and we go rogue and do the manhunt things. If you would have said to me 18 months ago that I would be this excited for this game, I would have called you crazy, because I had completely given up on the Division at launch. But Massive and Ubisoft stuck with the game, got to that 1.8 update, fixed the issues, and I had a blast with the original game, about a year ago. I really started deep diving playing it, and here we are now with the sequel about to come out, and it is quite honestly one of my most anticipated games for 2019. I think, like I said before, this is a very ambitious project. I love the content that they're delivering to us day one, the end game stuff with the Black Tusk, the fact that you're going to have these random dynamic encounters every time when you're in the end game between the different factions, the fact that they're going to have these 8-man raids, which we've not seen in this type of environment yet. And obviously I'm going to compare something like that to Destiny, but I'm very excited for that. I'm excited for the 3 dark zones. I'm excited for the optimized dark zone. The list goes on. But to wrap this up, I just want to get a video out. Wanted to kind of keep the momentum going of creating video content. So thank you guys for listening to me ramble for a few minutes about the Division 2 and the technical test. Hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you enjoy the content I'm putting out right now. I plan to have a ton more content for the Division 2 during the open beta, and obviously reviewing the final game when that comes out on March 15th. So this is Paris, Gamertag Radio. Thank you guys for listening, watching, all of that, and I will see you soon.